Alright guys, day 14. We got that thing cleaned up. I'm gonna need some help to push it back in because it's heavy as shit. God damn, boy! It's a 6.2, right? We actually pushed the dually in with LS. Oh boy, tearing up my shitty driveway. That boy's wild. Anyway, if you couldn't hear me, we pushed the dually in with his S10. Just put it bumper to frame because I don't have a bumper, but man, that little S10's a badass little unit. Anyway, I got the engine, I got the heads torqued down. Just tear this wiring out and see what we can salvage. Alright guys, so in order to disconnect your complete engine harness, you need to take the bolt out of the C100. This is a 98, but all OBS trucks have some type of C100 connection here. So you unbolt the C100, you disconnect your ABS, the fuel pump interface, the one that goes to the tail lights, which is going to be all these. This is your tail lights. This one is your fuel pump and your fuel level. And then this one, no, this is your fuel level right here. Purple and white. And I want to say this one, I can't even see the colors on that. Anyway, we'll clean it up when we get there, but that one, I think this is the one that actually kicks the fuel pump on. But disconnect that from all these. And then we're free on this side already. And then you have your hood light. If you have it, it'll be attached there. And you got another, like, I guess to help where it helps it route it, which is this little bastard. And then this one goes to your C200, which is inside by the blower motor. Let me clean up my hands. So you're gonna have to go inside the truck and you'll drop your, once you drop take the door off the glove compartment, then you can see this one will be stuck up in here somewhere. This one is your C200 plug, and this one, which is this one. I think it's the one that goes to your AC blower or blend doors or something. Anyway, this C200 plug is the one that controls all your air conditioner, it's got like your torque converter lockup. Think this side has the, I don't know if it's the older ones or 90, I want to say 97 and up, but they have your AC controls, your VSS, I might be wrong, your VSS, your tax signal and all that. I know the 89 to like 94 are this way. I'll have to go through the wiring, the pinout, and see what exactly we're keeping out of this one, as well as the C100 on the other side of the firewall. Strip all that out and then marry both harnesses. But let's take this out and then we'll pull the harness out and then we'll go from there. All right, we got this C200 plug loose, and that's pretty much the whole harness. This is gonna be the tricky part. It's gonna be try to snake it out through here. So let me set you guys up, and I'm gonna try to pull everything through there. All right, guys, we got the whole harness pulled out. Got a bare engine. I'm gonna take off the ABS module because that is a piece of junk anyway. And then we can roll this big old turd forward, put it on the lift, and start taking apart all the front suspension. Let's get the bags done before I start wandering like I did over there. Let's stay to the main goal. Let's get this front bags done. Then we'll move on with the LS swap stuff. Let's get it. All right, guys, we got the truck up in the air now. All right, we got the truck up in the air now. Let's see, these are the ABS sensor cables that we don't need. This one's coming out. It's connected right there. And same on this side. Taking this one out. See, this is where it splits off to go to the ABS module that plugs here. So I'm gonna take these bolts out, completely delete all that. And then I need to pull the hubs off first. So we'll start by breaking down the calipers. We'll take the calipers out. I got stainless hoses for these finally, which replaces just this part. And then as soon as it gets to the control arm, it's a hard line. But it replaces this. And then we can pop that cover out, that one, to get to the nut, and then we'll take the rotor out. Once we get the rotor out, then I'll start breaking those off. Hopefully the spring doesn't smack me in the face because I don't have a jack high enough for this. We'll take off the roll bar completely. And once we get the new control arms on, I'll see if I can try to keep it. But if not, we might have to go aftermarket to one that doesn't have all these funky turns, because I know on my last one I kind of made it work, but with the way it articulated, it kept breaking the bolts at the bottom of the control arm. So we'll have to figure something out with that. I know Stone Fab makes a really nice one, so we might have to fork out the cash to get the Stone Fab sway bar for the front. But some of this stuff I won't be able to film because my phone is dying, so I need to charge you guys for a little bit. We'll try to film some key moments, but for now we're just doing teardown. So I'll take the harness out, pop the calipers off, pop the rotors off. I basically just want to use the bare spindle on the new control arms with the new brake setup for the 3/4 ton conversion. And then we're gonna scrap the shocks, scrap the springs, scrap the control arms, and then the outer tie rods and the sleeve, we're gonna scrap those too. We're only reusing the inner and the center link. So we're gonna tear the front suspension down and then go from there. All right, y'all got a little bit of charge. Got the hubs and rotors off. Spindles are right there. I got the upper control arms already unbolted. I still need to unbolt the lower control arms, and I need to take the tie rods off. Tear down is always much easier than putting shit back together, but we're still moving along. I didn't bother cutting this one because it's attached to the A-arm, and we're losing that anyway. So let's finish yanking out the uppers, and then we'll unbolt the lowers, get those out, see what else we got to do. All right, y'all, here's what we got. We are down pretty much the bare frame. So now we start prepping stuff for bags and such. So on the lower control arms, these are the lower control arm mounts. This one I'm gonna smooth out, make it straight. And then this one I'm gonna cut up, get it close to the frame, and then back down and smooth that out. The reason for that is because the control arm is kind of flat. When you lay out, you want to be able to give it some clearance to come up. And then the spring pocket, once we get the lower control arm mocked up, we'll pretty much trace it and come up and cut this out. Now, whenever you cut these, you never want to cut it straight, because a lot of times with the frame flexing, the corners will start to crack. I've seen it before. So whenever you cut for bags, always cut it round. So what I'll do now, I'm gonna bore these out for the cups, and then we'll mock it up, see where that's gonna land. I think those cups are like 2 inches. So I'm thinking from wherever the bolt fits, we'll mark it, and then we'll take it back out, measure that, and then we'll give it that same distance from here to the cup, and then that'll be our highest point for where our notch is gonna be up here for the bag. So let's try that out. So from the bottom of the cup, they say 3 inches. So here, do the 3 inches. About right there. So this point will be our highest point where the bag is going to sit for the cup. So from there, I'll give it maybe like another 1/4 inch, just to give the bag some space in case it needs to have room, which Slam SS8s aren't really that bad. Give it a 1/4 inch. So from here, we'll come out and then down. And the same thing back here. So, I don't want to get in the way. Stop bending over. So I'm following this line up here, which is basically where the spring seat is at. So following this line, we'll come across, and then we'll come down this way. Same thing with this side. Come across, come down this way. And then from here, let me put you guys down here. From here, we'll come out, follow this weld right here. Remember, no straight angles. We'll make it kind of round. Chop that off. So come this way and out. Same with this side. There's our spring pocket. So we'll come out, nice and round. Went a little too far down on this one. We'll connect it right here. So we'll cut that out, grind it, smooth it. I'll probably cut this lip off too, just so we don't have any interference with anything. Just be careful with this part because the frame, if you notice, it's got a seam. It's where it's welded. Try not to cut the weld. All you're cutting is this little lip. So once we cut this lip out, and then cut this out, and then cut this out, we'll grind everything smooth and then go from there. And I'll probably go ahead and cut these. I'll leave a little bit of meat there. Same thing with this one, leave a little bit of meat. And then this one, I'm just gonna pretty much just grind it smooth. Right here. Just to get rid of this jagged edge right here and this one here. And then we'll do the same with the other side. And go from there. All right, fellas, it's late, I'm tired. We got it marked. I'll roll the plasma cutter over here tomorrow, get everything prepped so we can start cutting shit up. And then we'll do this side. There's still a lot of oil on this shit, but we'll try to clean it up a little better. Mark it, cut it, prep it, then start getting control arms on. go from there. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.